basically we're wetting down the elephants. I'm going to just be kind of sloppy about this because I want some kind of background too, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and merge the elephants with the background just a little bit. So I'm just kind of scattering some water around here. I probably got some dry places on the elephants and some, oh, who knows what I've got. Okay, so I've kind of, it's maybe half covered with water, maybe a little more. I've got Halloween orange over here. I've got ultramarine. So I'm going to put the ultramarine out. Quite a bit of it. So I probably use a lot more ultramarine than orange. And then I thought that my ultramarine was just a little bit dark and dull, maybe just a little bit. So I dropped a little bit of cobalt teal into it because it just made it happier. Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna. Oh, see, that's a lot happier with a little teal in it. And if I get a little bit on the tusks, I don't care too. Let's just skip it around for the moment. Uh, yeah, we need some sky back there. Well, I don't know what's going to be back there. I was really thinking about dust and a hint of a mountain or something. Okay, so let's see. So what I don't want is I don't want something that's going on kind of dry that's really setting in the paper. So this part, you're getting kind of loud and a little bit crazy, but as you build the shape into the elephant, that calms down a lot, as you can see from this. So let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of Halloween here.
What color is that?
That's called Halloween orange.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's okay. We have a supply here today. So let's drop a little bit, primarily in places where I didn't put the blue. And what I don't want this elephant to look like it's got equidistant polka dots on it. So, probably a little more at the bottom. Let's see. Oh, that's already set in the paper there. Okay. And I don't think I've got to have all soft edges in here. I think primarily soft edges, but no, there I've got some dry brush. Maybe I'll keep that spot. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I don't know where we're going with this. Your leader is going to take you right over a cliff. Okay, so
The whole herd.
the whole, oh, and see, there's where it looks like there's a toupee. Right there, see, I put a little shadow thing, and it looks like the edge of a fake hairline. Yeah, I thought that was really well planned on my part.
Or he could be frowning.
Yeah, it's a big wrinkle.
So the elephant gets a lot darker right down the middle here. So maybe I'll do a little bit there. I think I need to get a little stronger with the orange because later the orange kind of gets played down and a lot, and so. And if you look at your sample, that I texted you, you can see that there's quite a play of orange in there. But each elephant doesn't have a lot of orange. I mean, one or two spots maybe. I'm kind of putting a little more orange in. In fact, I'm thinking dust. I'm thinking weeds and dust kicking up here. I don't know where, but I've seen pictures of elephants and lots of dust. Lots of dust. So maybe that's the beginning right there. So I've got some bits of white left there. I've got a few, hard edges, mostly where the white's left. I want several maybe 3, you know, 3s are good. Maybe 3 areas in the elephant that are primarily orange. I might make that a little stronger. Oh, that might be too much. I don't know though. So, a lot of people, well, I guess I may add more orange than I meant. A lot of people. There was a big crowd to see Mary White at SWS Tuesday night. And she said, apparently she said, you've got to make some really awful paintings if you want to get really good. And so this may be it. You may be great after this.
I keep hoping.
So, I'm just adding a little more blue in it. I think that's it. I'm going to stop right there. So, now some of you may need to clean up and find some edges. As you develop this, if you have a lot of texture, you're going to find that your elephant starts getting lost in the texture and you have to get bolder and bolder lines, which is why I got kind of bold with this. And I will still wind up probably doing something with it. So here's our undercolor, and like I said, I'm kind of kicking myself now because I think I could have gotten a little bit brighter. But what we're using is our ultramarine mixture and our orange, and we're going to make some grays, and I'm just going to mix it in here with this because I need a spot. So let's take some orange and that's quite a bit of orange because that was fresh paint out of the tube. So let's see what I get.
Green.
Oh, I've got green. Oh, I've got green. Oh, no. Oh, one of the, yes, it does. One of the reasons I've got green too, though, is because I put that cobalt teal in with my blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go over this way then. We may have to regroup here and take the teal out.
How about just add a little red?
It's a grand idea.
I'm glad I thought of it.
Well, I'm glad you did
Well,
too.
man.
Let's just do that. I'm going to use a little burnt scarlet just because that's what I'm used to using. There. Now I've got a gray. Well, what can we do with this over here? Let's just put a little scarlet in that. Now, you could just go back and use ultramarine and
Orange.
yeah, because I just don't like that color.
So you've got ultramarine and orange and what?
A tiny, I'll tell you what, use ultramarine. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to use ultramarine and orange and get rid of your teal mixture. Okay? We're just backing up. So, okay, let's do that. Oh, okay. Ultramarine. Just plain ultramarine now. Wasn't thinking, didn't calculate on that. So let's use ultramarine and let's put a little bit of orange into it. Okay, so what I've got is I've got kind of a blue-gray.
Yeah, dark gray.
And I'm going to use that to start shading my elephant. And my elephant here has got multiple layers on it. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Okay. So I tell you what, let's start out by, let's find a really dark place on the elephant. How about right here? Let's start working with that area first. So, I'm going to load up color here. See, that's still got a lot of color to it. It's really not a gray, dead gray. So it's dark right in here, up, the hind leg.
This is
Or,
neat.
yeah, that's a fat hind leg.
That's neat.
Oh, that's, okay, that's a knee, okay. So what I'm gonna do is, see, I've got a lot of paint here, and it's pretty dark. I wouldn't mind if it was a little darker. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make some marks going out this way. Okay? And then, let's just take fresh water and let's connect this outer edge here. Oh, then what you're left with is these little light areas, but they kind of look like the texture on the elephant, and they have a little bit of a direction to them, and that's the really important part. So, yeah, I've got that. I got a little practice in with that. Let's just find another area, and you could pay a little better attention than I did. I really got that running the wrong way. See, his wrinkles are running kind of down this way. So I don't really much like that. No, didn't pay enough attention. So are these. Here's some more wrinkles.
Down.
So this time, and I want the color to be pretty strong.
It's a her.
Yeah, it's a her, isn't it? Because it's got a baby behind it.
Well, hymns don't travel in the pack.
Oh, they don't?
No. When you see a herd of elephants, it's the
Moms.
women and children and adolescents.
There's no caring fathers?
No.
No.
The fathers are sperm donors, then go off on their own.
Deadbeat dads.
It's just like reality.
Yeah.
I can still kick you while I'm holding this.
Did you see Nature last night on PBS?
Don't miss
They were
it.
doing hummingbirds.
Oh.
Some of the different hummingbirds, the fathers are sperm donors, and the other hummingbirds, the fathers are equal partners in raising the young.
Aw.
So is this a species
It's
thing,
No,
or
no,
is this
it was, they were all hummingbirds.
But I mean different kinds of hummingbirds?
Yes.
Or okay.
They
So
were all in Costa Rica.
that, you know what, that's just too strong. See that's I think I'm just gonna take that out.
Leave one or two.
Okay. All right. So I'm beginning to get some dark in my elephant. Now, if you've got an already dark elephant, then you're probably going to get to this, making these marks in here sooner. So let's start looking at this trunk. In fact, because I don't like the way the shape of the head looks right now. The head looks really comical. It doesn't look like an elephant head. Well, I need a shape right in here. There's a shadowy area right that comes along like this, and then it comes down over the eye, and then, oh well, I may get lost at that point. So why don't I just go ahead and add a little water at this point, just soften the edge on out. Oh, back here. Okay, so I've got a little bit of shape that I've added in there. And then I can come up here where the toupee is. And,
That's a wrinkle.
yeah, well, it was a wrinkle till I turned it into a toupee. Yeah,
Looks
that
like
was,
he has bangs.
yeah, it looks like bangs, yeah.
Horton.
Oh, it might be Horton.
He's got little hair up there.
Does he?
Little top knot.
I haven't seen Horton in a while. I need to get that. So I'm gonna make some wrinkles across here. And I'm just gonna soften some edges. And maybe I'll leave a few funny looking things there. Okay. So see, I'm just beginning to build up some shape in the elephant. It's really bothering me because I didn't put anything right there. See how I'm just beginning to build shape into the elephant is the point. I'll do one more area just so. So maybe I'm going to let that dry now. So maybe I'll just skip down here. This little ditty right. No fingernails. This little ditty right there is really dark, so I'll make that dark. And oh, I see some lines going this way, believe it or not, because this elephant almost she almost has checks on her, because she's got wrinkles going two directions.
Goes every way.
You know, we humans are lucky. Our wrinkles only go one way.
From bad to worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to talk about wrinkles.
So I'll start a little bit of shading on it. Maybe I'll just leave that like that. You know, not everything has to be all nice and soft. And come down here. Maybe I'll just. All of this gets dark. All of this is so much darker that I can just put this in solid, because I'm going to have another layer on top of it with more wrinkles. And the thing is, we might get a little bit tired of working with this shade of gray. Maybe we want to. I don't know. So you're just kind of messing with it. And here's the thing, I'm working a little too fast, really. You probably need to take some time with it and just look at each individual part and study it a little bit more than what you see me doing. We've got some shaping right in here. And some of you spend quite a bit of time drawing some shaping in, and so you probably have a little bit more to go by. I'm just doing things like this. So I'm just beginning to shape the elephant in. And if you happen to come and make some runbacks in here, I don't know if I'm getting any. Oh yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make some runbacks in some of this, that'll just make some more elephant texture. It's all elephant texture. This elephant has so much texture.
Yeah.
That's
It has moss growing on it.
That's like us. We just have texture. We just have texture, not wrinkles. We have texture, right?
Yeah.
So all this area in here needs to get a lot darker because this elephant looks funny. But basically, I'm just putting some shapes in my main elephant, and then I'll do the same thing with this little